Hello everyone, I'm going to be talking about promag. I got myself a little promag collection here. I'll be going through them. I guess from best to worst. We can do it that way. Solid Range magazine. These magazines are pretty cheap. I found this one, shoot, I don't remember. I don't know if it was Bass Pro or when I was down south in Southern Illinois, but I picked it up pretty cheap, and I have seen them at Bass Pro and other stores like that for like 15, 16 bucks for a 40 rounder. Solid Range magazine. And yeah, no issues with it so far. Overall construction, you know, it's not a steel magazine, so I'm not going to rate it like that. But as far as its functioning, it worked. It's functioning. MMP 2.0. I have a few of these for range magazines. These are promag, like all these are, and I have had absolutely no issues. I had these for a while now, so before all the ammo nonsense has been going on. So I did get a chance to put a lot of rounds through these with no issue, no problem. Would recommend. No issue with these. The HK USP 45. There are very limited options as far as I know. I could be wrong. The only 20 rounders out there are made by Promag because I got these off of hkparts.net. So I didn't know they were Promag, but they're essentially the only ones that make them, to my understanding. So I got two of these. I don't remember where I left the other one, but taking it to the range, no issue. And yeah, would definitely recommend. For all the recommendations, like this is like stuff I've used at the range, and I wouldn't really make it like my part of my everyday carry or anything like that, or my home defense or anything like that. But for range magazines, they're perfectly fine. For these, I think they're worth the money for the most part. Next, for the LC9, this 10 rounder worked very well. Being a single stack magazine, it didn't really have any issues. The extra grip right there just made it easier to shoot. Just overall solid magazine. This one, if this is like for the range, definitely recommend. Didn't really put that many rounds, put 100 rounds to it, just so you guys, just to be clear, but no issues for those 100 rounds. I do plan on using it some more. Anytime I take it to the range, I'll be using this magazine for the most part. For the 18 round Glock magazine that I have from Promag, I had issue with it using steel case ammo through it. That I still chalk it up to the ammo itself, but using that same ammo through a Glock magazine, no issue. So for this, again, this wouldn't be part of my everyday carry, wouldn't be part of my home defense, and it wouldn't even I wouldn't even recommend it as a range magazine for the pricing. Their Glock magazines are just so prevalent out there that there's no point in like buying something else, you know. Is for 18, for the 33s, for literally any block magazine, just stick to Glock. This didn't function as I would like. I do plan on still using it for the range every now and then, but at the moment would not recommend because it didn't work and the pricing doesn't make sense. This is at the same price I would have bought a Glock magazine anyways. It's just the fact that it was there at Bass Pro when I was picking up some other magazines, and I went with this, and I regret it. This one I've had for a while. I haven't taken it back out, but every time, this is for my Ruger 1022. I don't remember exactly how many fit in this. I don't know if it's 30 or 30 something. I don't remember entirely, but it always seems to just feed at the wrong angle. Always leaves it kind of up, so when it pushes forward, it doesn't feed correctly, and always just gets caught there on the bolt or just on the face of where it's supposed to go in the chamber. And I always have issues with it. I've tried different ammos, just using Full Metal Jacket. Always seem to have it. Ray has the same exact magazine from Promag, and his works no issue. And I don't know what the issue is. I don't plan on modifying it and trying to make it work. That's not what I like to do with magazines, you know. For the BX25s that Ruger has, I haven't had issues with them for the most part. Sometimes I do when it's more like based on the ammo choice. If I'm trying to run hollow points, if it's the cheap Winchester stuff and it runs into issues, I chalk it up more to the ammo itself than the magazine, like the BX25s. But with this, regardless of what ammo I put in it, it doesn't want to work. And then the Winchester Wildcat, it fits a lot looser, so there's even more issues. So would not recommend. But overall, with Promag as a company, a lot of hit and misses. Like with this, them being the only ones that, to my understanding, that make the 20 runner for the HK USP, I would recommend, just because there's a lot less competition out there, and it's like that for some firearms where they're kind of the only ones competing, so like they win by default, I guess. Same thing with like the LCP9. There's a lot fewer options for 10 round magazines out there, and these two have functioned no problem. So because there's less options and, you know, they've functioned fine for me, I would recommend. But for AK mags, like they're so prevalent, range magazine makes sense, but like if it's like if you're gonna buy buy these in bulk, I wouldn't really recommend because there's Croatian, there's South Korean steel magazines that I would put above these. Even though there's a 40 rounder, I would still stick with just the 30 round metal magazines, which those same like Korean mags are available in 40 rounders, and I haven't had issues with those either. But just construction overall is poor because this is plastic. This can break a lot easier than I could break a steel magazine. And that's about it for my little rant on the promag magazines. Again, limited like range time with some of these just because for the most part, like I don't really take the I forget the LCP. I typically don't take the range every time I go. And 9mm has not been that available, so it's not really on my priority as what I want to shoot. But no issues. I think I already made a video on this. Made a video on just about every magazine here. It's been in the video, maybe not a video itself. And again, hit or miss stuff, but promag does have a mixed reputation. Some people hate them. Some people say like this product is good, but the other ones suck. So, I'm just here to tell you, some of them are worth getting. Like these two, would recommend. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. I would not recommend these 10-22. Stick to the TBX-25s. Glock, stick to Glock, and that's it for my spiel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day.